Hello and welcome to the Irish Aesthete. Previously, I was outside Gloster in County Offaly, looking at the exterior of the building and discussing it with the current owner of the house, Tom Alexander. And Tom, what an entrance. It's really the most extraordinary space.
Absolutely. You don't get many of them like this in Ireland. I mean, apparently, Lovett Pierce, he took from his cousin Vanbrugh, who is very much into double height halls. And we understand that's probably why it's like this. Now, Lovett Pierce, as I said previously, being a cousin, he didn't, we don't think, get involved with the execution of the house. They probably thought, as their cousins, they probably won't pay me. So,
well, you may treat your cousins in that fashion, Tom.
Absolutely. So anyway, we don't think he was involved in the execution of the house. You see all sorts of peculiarities. Also, you see all along here these various frames.
Exactly.
They don't terminate properly. At the end, there are quarter frames.
Yeah.
And you see terminations everywhere that just don't work well.
Exactly.
And as you go through the house, you'll find all sorts of idiosyncrasies. And also another thing about this house, you'll find in Gloster, nothing is square, straight, or plumb. It's all over the place. That's the quirkiness.
I think what it shows is precisely as you say, that probably Edward Lovett Pierce gave the Lloyds, the owners, some designs, and then the Lloyds employed local craftsmen to interpret to the best of their abilities.
So, yes.
But to my mind, that adds hugely to the charm of the house, are precisely its imperfections. Yeah. It really makes it rather special and distinguished. Now, I remember when I first came here in the early 1980s, the house at that time was owned by an order of nuns because the Lloyds had sold up in the 50s.
Lloyd's, General Lloyd died in 1952. He was a very highly decorated First World War general. He died in 1952, and his nephew, Trevor Lloyd, took over. And he basically sold up in 1958, I think it was, to an order of Salesian nuns. They ran a convent here, and which eventually became a boarding school up till 2000. No, sorry, up till 1990.
Exactly.
And that was then bought by Macron Firma. They had it for a number of years, and after that, it was purchased by Edward Hoy, the late Edward Hoy, Northern Ireland industrialist. We bought it from him in 2001.
And even when I first came to see it in the 1980s, I remember coming in the depths of winter with snow. The hall was already showing itself in need of some attention. Indeed, the whole house was showing itself in need of some attention. It looked very different to how you have it today.
Well, indeed, it's very different now. We spent, I think, probably about the first 15 years restoring the place. And we're still doing things. I mean, we don't use the word finished when it comes to Gloster. It's always something to do.
Well, anybody who owns a large house or who visits large houses will be familiar with the fact that these buildings always have to be a work in progress, an ongoing project. And in the next episode, we're going to visit what we call the music room in order to talk a bit more about the restoration of Gloster and just what it involved. So thank you so much for watching the Irish Aesthete, and I very much look forward to seeing you there. Goodbye.